Welcome back, brawlers, and today we're gonna be playing Ureni of the Unwritten. For 4 and a Temur, we get a legendary spirit dragon. It's a 7/7 flying trample, and whenever it enters or attack, we get a dragon from the top 8 of our deck, and we put the rest on the bottom. So, what we're gonna be trying to do is to ramp until we can play our commander, and to have cool dragons on our top of the deck. And yeah, I guess this is just a really simple deck, very straightforward. We have turn 1, we have 1 mana, 2 mana, and 3 mana ramp. We have just 1 copy of Dragon with Tapestry, which conjures 10 dragons on our deck. So hopefully we get 1 out of them when we get our commander. But on the cool dragon side, we have Latlis, and whenever we get another non-token dragon, she makes a 5/5. We get All No Bone. Whenever we hit our opponent with a creature, we make that many treasure tokens. We get Dracogenesis to just have our dragons be free. Even our commander, we just have to pay the commander tax. And if we have our dragons on stock on our hand, we have Last March of the Ends with strokes cards equal to the greatest power we have. Greatest toughness among creatures we control, and we put any number of creatures, which are usually dragons, from our hand to the battlefield. So yeah, let's not drag on with the explanation and play some games. Against Braids, okay, yuki. Ramp, discount, ramp. The rest hits nothing because of the fact that this is some anomaly. So they are gonna be playing creatures and artifacts which they can sacrifice to Braids. We are gonna play the Omen. We'll also play this and this. Yeah. 5. Oh, but we can't because this doesn't give colors. So they're gonna sacrifice it. Maybe a grub, which when it dies it makes 2 worms. Okay. Now right, we didn't have that, but it's fine. Commander Rampart. I now have 7 and 8 good casts. 8 mana worth of stuff. Yeah, let's trade the Ogre for Sarkhan. Opponent drops to Yawgmoth. Okay. And you can kill one of them upon it. And they're choosing the halfling. They are still at 3 lands.
It's a beautiful day for chaos.
Gonna
Busting
play
heads
Domri.
is my bread and butter.
Bloodstained Mire. So Veil, unable to scream. Yeah. To the graveyard. Now you have to remove both the Anarchomancer and Domri, or we're gonna cast the Arcomancer. Shaman cast. Okay, that kills the Anarchomancer. Yeah, but we still cast Ureni. So, presumably they cast Braids now, sacrifice Fear of Lost Teeth. Is this infinite? No, they don't have
Now you get to the
Grave
spirit.
Crawler. And now we spin the
I
wheel.
bow to no one.
Yeah. Stronghold the Ancient, return on all non-dragon creatures.
I'm getting miffed now.
When it sacrifices Yawgmoth and Fear of Lost Teeth. Or maybe just the Fear. Oh, okay. But yeah, this effect is also a card that I raise the palisade. Yeah, that's the one. From Lord of the Rings, it's a 5-mana sorcery and it does the same thing. Okay, they destroy our command. Yeah, to the command. And I guess. Okay.
Oh, have Have at it, boys.
Withdraw Fanatic. Cast it and then cast Mirror. Hit you for 7, down to 13 against our 12. And because we have Miriam, if we cast Ureni, we're gonna get double triggers. Well, we're gonna get 2 Urenis and each of them is gonna get a trigger. Okay, our opponent makes the ancient smaller. Make a treasure to a card. Because we have Fanatic of Runas, we can use Domri's ability to fight Yawgmoth, or maybe even Brother this. No, probably Yawgmoth. Although our opponent is currently dead on board. So let's see what they do. Coctonian Nightmare. Okay. I don't think that wins for them. But it's a good card. Okay, yeah. Good game. Glarb, Calamity Ogre. We have Gatling, Tank Fister. Maybe Sarkhan can do something. But in the meantime, we also have the Marang River. Coil and catch and get our third land if we need it. Okay, your opponent starts with a fetch land. Well, Terramorphic Expanse. So we would have how much mana? This and that. So next turn maybe we can cast Miriam if she gets the discount. Okay, so instead we're gonna have Fanatic of Runas. And we're gonna keep mana up. We're gonna bluff a counter spell on our opponent. Opponent plays loot. Okay. Coil and catch. Okay, let's discard Growth. Rampant Growth. And now we play Ureni. Okay, they counter the activation. Well, they trigger the ability. Maybe they have a wrath. Would make sense. Yeah. Okay. Ureni back to the command zone. Gonna eternalize the Fanatic of Runas and pass. Gonna place Glarb. to the archive from the top. Okay. What is that opponent? We need all of the mana to play Ureni, so this would, this would make 8, 4, 5. Okay, we play Dragon with Tapestry. We get basically all the uncommon, all the uncommon omens on our deck, and we shuffle, and then we play Mirror. Okay, opponent Boseus unable to scream. We get to surveil. To the graveyard. Opponent Greaves from the top. Nice. Let's cast our commander. Last March of the Ends. Okay. We get double triggers. Yeah, you can counter one of them, but we still get the other. Have you heard of second Ureni opponent? Third Ureni, okay. We get to kill your creatures. 7. Yeah, surveil 2. To the graveyard. Right. Fourth Ureni, okay. Getting with Miriam, and I guess, yeah, we're gonna win this unless it's some emergent ultimate. Okay, that is something. So let's see. A bunch of extra turns. I guess we send the Wrath back. Single landing and the Unwritten. Okay, opponent approaches of the second zone. That's their turn. Now, this is their last extra turn. Road Spiral. Okay, seems like all of their extra turns were for naught. They just didn't have it. Yeah, unable to scream. That's okay. See, opponent had truth in 3 turns in a row, and they didn't accomplish much at all. Maybe since their approach was the best card, they couldn't have used anything from Key to the Archive. Good game. Against Nip Miset Parun, so Dragon on Dragon. Kami. Okay. We need something so that our commander doesn't get countered, but in the meantime, just getting the lands would be good enough. Is that gonna stay full? Okay. And that's why we keep the Kami. Stomping Grounds, you will tap Pister. Who actually getting? I was gonna say getting the Dragon out, Whirlwings. It's gonna allow us to play our dragons at instant speed, and that's almost as good as having it down counterballs. Okay, Stasis Field. Opponent stuck at 2 mana. Meanwhile, we're gonna have 5 next turn. Ooh, and we draw Cavern of Souls. Let's name Dragon. Actually, maybe we wanna Kite now. We're gonna get their command tower. They're gonna get a mountain probably, but it's gonna have stone counter. Laser Race of Borrower. And yes, I guess next turn we're gonna play the Stormbrood, and then we can play Ureni at instant speed. Blocks. Okay. And they rescue their borrower. So let's see if they choose to very deaf before we get to our turn. If they do, we can haste Ureni. If they don't, we'll just play Ureni when they're gonna bounce. The Stormbrood, I presume? Okay. Gonna hit you for 8. Scalding Tarn. Getting there. Oh, just a regular mount. Unexpected windfall. So maybe we can play Ureni the Unwritten this turn, and on our turn we're gonna haste in Sanguinary. Maybe kill that new city. that's what they're doing right now. Okay, they're gonna bounce the Stormbrood, response, the Ureni. And we get Atsushi. Housemate. Oh, okay. I mean, we still win? Yeah, we do. I mean, unless they have a bounce. Okay, let's exert. Yeah. And 18. Good game up on it. Didn't get to aim right there. A little too slow. It's Corpuled. Huh. Okay. So this hand might work if we play the Cavern of Bird. Sure, why not? Let's risk it. Oh, Boseiju. Okay. So let's play the Boseiju and the birds. Draconic Debut, if we use it on a creature, it's gonna get us a discount later on the next dragon we cast. Build down Feaster. I guess I take the DP. They take Rampant Growth. Okay. I mean, we're gonna recast it. We're gonna kill the bats. It's the bat. Dragon, I don't know what I was looking for down there. Right. So we can cast Ureni next turn. Nice, nice, nice. Or we could also cast Old Nobon. She's gonna cost 4 mana. We have Dispelling Exile. Opponent, that's nice cards for your deck. Wish good luck. Create a food, create a treasure, and a 3/2. Be cool with your one. Now we're gonna cast All No. For a measly 4 mana, we get a 7/7. Whenever a creature we control deals combat damage to a player, we get a treasure. So, yeah, let's get a treasure. Oh, create that many treasures. So, if we hit with Nobon, we get 7. Same with Ureni. Our opponent is going to Corval, maybe. Yeah, if I were them, maybe I would play. Ah, okay, but they do know we have the Excel, so they should try to beat it out. And can they parry the 4? Yes, they can. So I guess they get it. And we have our treasure left over. Not too bad. So they paid 7 for the Toxic Deluge, they're at 14. I'm still not sure about the Spirit Dragon lands, because on one hand they do make mana of any color for our dragons, but on the other their sacrifice abilities mean we go down on lands. And that's just not where we wanna be. Okay, we play our commander. Maybe we'll get something they cannot hit through with Cobalt. Okay. Do we want 2 non-creatures? Sorry, 2 non-lands, or do we want to kill the Plunderer? Yeah, it also has protection from white and black, so let's get the Ureni. This is another creature, yeah, so they're gonna crew, but doesn't do anything. And now, if they play their commander, they shouldn't. It's not wise to give it haste, so they're just gonna sack the food. They get to draw, but now we have lethal on them. Yeah, okay. Against Typal, the balance scale, my old nemesis. I mean, there's just one game, which I recorded where they won, but it probably was a different player. We have ramp, and discounts, okay. So this is a Hedge Maze, and then turn to Signet, and then Dragon's Horde. And I think we're gonna keep Wash Away up throughout. Enough Glory. Arboreal Grazer, so they're gonna have the mana next turn. We are going to have Wash Away. Yeah. Now we play Horde into the Whelp. They're gonna reanimate it. Okay. I see you, opponent. I see you. The beginning of your end step, each dragon perpetually gets 1 discount. We only. And since Dragon Typhoon is a Kindred enchantment, it also gets the discount. Abrupt Decay, Signet. Okay, sure. Per Lake Warden. This is a sorcery, we play it. Seek a land, put it on the battlefield. I mean, do you want to counter it, opponent? I thought so. Which means they probably have counter spell or mana drain. Planar Genesis, okay, maybe they don't have a counter spell. So what are you thinking, opponent? Okay, you keep the card on hand, which means you don't get to ramp. You may exile a creature and then get out. So I'm resume Abrupt Decay and they exile their Temur. Okay. Nice. And I'm gonna throw a fit. Oh, they get Planogenesis instead, okay. And that means they are keeping a counter spell up. And since it might, okay, it's not mana drain, which is good. But if it was mana drain, we wanted to play it on their combat so they would get the mana right that turn. And they couldn't use it or anything. Get another land, which means Ureni comes down. Well, Nobon or Latlis. Nobon. I like me some Nobon. Whenever you cast a dragon on a creature, we get a dragon. Okay, fresh start. They shrink down Ureni. I guess we can do this. Dragonblock Assault. We're gonna get a bunch of mana. 9 treasures. Not too shabby. Okay, we can keep this actually, since we need a dragon or non-creature to start the drafting. To fire off the draft, as it were. Titan's Nest. It's gonna make them essentially get dealt. Make all their spells have dealt. Since they can add 1 colorless mana if they exile a card. Okay. So as we said, Dragon Typhoon. And this is a cast, right? Right. Let's play the Azure Scale. Yeah, you can counter that. We still get the trigger. Storm Scale Scion. Oh, right. It goes to the battlefield. They stopped that. Okay. We're still hitting for a bunch, so opponent goes down to 8. We have 15 treasures now, and lethal on board. And opponent concedes. Ambergris, and they're what colors are they? Just red? Okay. So maybe it's just an aggro build with a little discard synergy. We only start ramping on turn 3. Let's mulligan again. Okay. We will try to leverage our Brotherhood Scent. And we're probably gonna use the Azure Scale for the Omen side. Divining Dive. We need double red, so this is Thundering Falls. Temur Ascendancy. We want that. We want that. I guess we're gonna play our Feast from Whelp just as a blocker, but it's probably gonna bait them into keeping playing their creatures so we can Brotherhood's End, hopefully. And in the meantime, it's gonna give us discount for our Omen and for our Roman Dragon. Yeah. Or opponent, are you stuck on 1 mana? Couldn't be me. Okay, maybe they just were busy. Roman Courier. Coruscation Mage. The Little Order against the Little Dragon. Swift Spear, and they remove our Whelp. I guess Whelp is what we needed to say there. I guess we play the Regent. Yeah. Claim territory. Get to forests. And I guess we can dive for an on land. And let's do it now. Yeah, we should get to land. Just do not miss our land drops. And our opponent might be thinking about cranking their courier if they don't get the third land here. Okay, they do. So they play out Grim Lavamancer and their land. The question is, do we want to play Domri into the Brotherhood's End? Maybe. He's gonna leave at 1, but if they don't kill it, we're gonna have Ureni mana next turn.
Let's kick this madness
red.
into high gear. I was raised by wolves.
Brotherhood's End, 3 damage.
Ha! You having a laugh?
I guess they can armor grease, which we knew about, so maybe it wasn't the smartest decision. My bad. Yeah, I'm thinking we played the Dragon North turn. Unless our opponent just walks away. So yeah, there are basically 2 ways to beat our deck. One of them is just being aggro and getting us down to 0 life before we can get to Ureni, and the other one is just to counter our spells as much as possible and interact with our stuff so we cannot get to Ureni or we cannot resolve it. But obviously we're a little bit more equipped to play the uncounterable game, as you can see by Domri. So yeah, I guess we didn't get to see much of many control opponents with this game. And now we play Ureni. Our opponent is probably AFK, so I guess it's gonna be it. Where else might I? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Yeah, maybe another. If you get Ureni against the Orsop decks, Orsop control, or maybe even Esper control, it's gonna be a little harder since they're gonna have stuff like 7 mana Kaya. They're gonna have a lot of board wipes, a lot of interaction. And opponent concedes finally. But I haven't run into those decks so far. But maybe this is an effect of this being a fairly new commander. It usually takes a couple of months before any commander gets ranked in the ladder, in the matchmaking. So the way it works is okay, maybe next. So yeah, as I was saying, there are like different tiers, more or less, of commanders, and they go from the most casual budget friendly decks, usually play against decks of a similar irk, so another budget deck, and then at the other end of the spectrum is what is known as the Kelq, which is where all of the most powerful commanders go, like Ragavan. If you were to play Ragavan as a commander, you get better against the Fairy, Hero of Dominaria, against Golos, Tireless Pilgrim, and maybe even Kenrit. And then there are other very good commanders a little bit below that, and that's more or less how it works. There is also a component of the actual cards in the 99, but the commander is a heavy weight on that scale. And maybe that's why we haven't run into any Orsop commanders or sub-controlled decks so far. Our opponent is playing Rashmi, so maybe they are a counterspell deck. And they have their Tamiyo now, which they can probably make. They can probably transform her right now, but I'm not sure if they want. No, they're going to Harrow and ramp some more. And they crack 1 clue. Okay, now we are going to play the Orb of Carnelian Orb of Dragonkind. My opponent's gonna Spell Pierce, okay. Make another clue. And maybe they transform now? No, so let's Divining Tide. For a land, we get a fetch land. Let's play Ragavan. Since we get the discount for the Feaster, we can play him for dash just for 1 mana. We get a land of our opponent's top. Play a Dragon's Horde. And Ragavan goes to hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So we are 1 short of playing Ureni and keeping the spending safe. opponents act their clue. They have, I'm guessing they have a bunch of counter spells. So we need to Polluted Delta for something good. Well, to surveil something good on top. Let's see. H Maze. And Domri, yeah, Domri is fine. Domri is great actually. So Ragavan gets another discount. We're gonna maybe steal a counter spell from our opponent. No, another land. Okay. We played Foundry. Opponent rewinds. Yeah. Save a Siphoner for rewind. Okay. That is really annoying. And they get their clue. Yeah, we kind of needed to hit a counter spell of our opponent's top. But Sochi's luck. Solve the equation, okay. For an extra turn. Let's Wooded Foothills, Thundering Pulse, and let's pray for something good. Oh, that's not it. Let's see if we resolve Ureni. But then rewind. Dispelling Exhale on rewind. Yeah, these aren't the best dragons, but at least we get a counter on our horde. And let's play Dragon. We trade. Siphoner goes to the library. Opponent has 8 mana. Kitsa, so they're gonna try to copy their extra turn. Let's draw with Dragonspeaker. Okay, Signet, that's not it. And Ureni gets us. Wrathful Red Dragon. With a light, we get 1 3 life from Bloombind Regent. And we hit our opponent. Okay. This needs to be 0 greater power. Yeah, there's Sack the Crew. In response, we kill the order. We overkill it for 7 with Dragon's Fire. I mean, opponent could still win this. They could still turn it around. Ooh, and it seems like they get another extra turn. things. No, I mean, they're gonna sacrifice their Tamillo, or they have a Droska. Yeah, okay. They play Seagate Restoration, and with Rashmi they get Temporal Manipulation.
I'd love to hear stories from your home.
They're gonna plus Tamillo, okay. Yeah, they're gonna get a bunch of extra turns. With Tamillo, with Saiba Siphoner. So, the question is, do we wait it out? Yeah, let's see what happens. They still have 2 more turns.
Use your words.
Actually, yeah, no, they have a bunch of turns. I mean, as soon as they do something that seems like they're gonna win, we should probably concede, but so far they haven't shown us. They haven't shown us anything. Road Spiral. Maybe like an Uro should be enough. Okay, yeah, we have an Uro. And I guess that's okay. See you next week, opponent.